Welcome to the High Performance PT Academy podcast. I am your host, Tony Pang, and today we have another one of the students on the Academy who has absolutely transformed his life. We've got Kriss, who is a gym owner in Kilmarnock, and the transformation in Kriss between where he was before and where he is now is unbelievable. And to listen to his story, it's honestly, guys, you are going to be motivated and inspired. I can assure you that it's been some transformation. So, Kriss, welcome to the podcast. How are we?
Hi, Tony. Cheers for having me on, mate. All good.
So, pretty much, let's get a wee bit of an idea of why is it you became a PT in the first place?
Well, I was a mechanical fitter to trade, built fire engines for the UK.
Okay.
Was that for 4 years, then left, went and worked in the planes in Ryanair, left there, went to Brody Engineering, worked in the trains, then left there, then come back to Emergency One, worked there, but I was always involved in that kind of work, but I've got skin allergies, so I didn't really like the way it was making my skin feel. I didn't like how it was making me mentally feel. And my mum was a personal trainer, so I was always seeing how she was on the side. So watching her grow, watching her clients buzzing, watching her classes, all that kind of thing. I was always going to her classes and stuff, and I was thinking, I want a piece of that. And so I started training people. Obviously, it was just on the side, it was my pals and stuff, but I was getting people results, and I wanted to do that. So I got in touch with Underground Fitness in Kilmarnock, got my qualifications, and then took a leap.
So obviously before this, were you into training before?
Aye. Trained till I was 15.
Right, so obviously that was a massive passion into your life. Obviously being an engineer, did you see yourself as that was your career, or as...
I always did see myself like that. I wanted to go into the wind turbines or the oil and gas, but there was always the fitness. It was more towards me. Like when I was finishing my work, I was buzzing to finish my work so I could get into the gym. Yeah, I mean, I was just getting through my work, got to the gym. That was it. Went to my work clothes, didn't care what I looked like.
Yeah.
Just went straight there. And as I say, I was watching my mum with her clients, I watched their classes, involved in their classes, all their boot camps and stuff like that, and it just inspired me big time. So I wanted to be a part of that.
So obviously we changed career. You went from something that you didn't really like. Was the money good then?
And my old job?
Yep.
It was good, it's made a couple of grand a month. It was good money for my age and stuff like that, and it could have went up if I stayed there, but at the end of the day, I wasn't happy.
And that's the thing we speak to so many people is you have so many people that make a decent living but don't actually enjoy what they're doing. They're like, I don't like my job. I don't like waking up on a Monday and I look forward to Friday. Can't wait for the weekends off. And that's something that for most people, I always say, people are looking for, well, it's easy for you because you found something you love. And I say, anybody can find something they love ultimately. And so it takes for you to take that plunge, which you did, and decided, you know what, I'm going to give this personal training a go. Yeah. So let's take it on one stage further. So what was life like? So you've now became a personal trainer. So what was life like then?
Personal training, I started off in the gym group. Started off in there, got my job, enjoyed it. It was obviously nerve-wracking. I didn't have the interaction with clients or members on the gym floor and all that, and you're just flung straight into the deep end, go and talk to people on the gym, the gym floor. I got on with it, and I sold my car when I left my job. So I sold my car, that gave me 3 months wages, and I told myself when I went there, I goes, I'm leaving this, I'm not going part-time, I'm not going to half-arse it, I'm just going full
straight
in. I just wanted to build a clientele. I just says, give myself 3 months, that's when I wanted to build a clientele, and I done it. So put your mind to it and you'll do it.
It's funny because when I became a PT, there wasn't the option of hours. It was come in and do rent. And that was it from day one. And then when all these commercial gyms come along, it's like, do you know what? You don't need to do rent. You can just do hours. And so many PTs get caught in that circle of doing hours, which I don't think, it doesn't put your back against the wall that you've got a plan B. If it's not a success, okay, well, if I'm not making money, I'm not paying rent. Whereas for somebody that is paying rent, you're like, well, I need to make this work. Like there's not another option. I have to make this work. And so for you at that point, you got in, you gave yourself 3 months. I'm assuming it was successful.
Successful. I had a house in that. I mean, I had bills to pay. I needed to make it work. I didn't give myself any other options. I told myself, you will make this work. And I done it. You know what I mean? That's the mentality you need.
So you had that pressure to put you...
pressure,
And obviously for that, I'm assuming, give us an idea of what your day or what your week would potentially look like? What time you waking up?
When I started in there, I knew what I needed to do, and I was watching all the busy PTs. I was watching the way they were training their clients. I was watching the hours they'd done, and I went in there at 6 in the morning, left at 10 when it finished.
Yeah, I mean? and that's the common theme with most PTs is I wake up at 5, I'm in the gym at 6, because you need to get those clients before they go to work.
That's it.
And then after they finish work, you've got clients at 6, 7, 8, 9.
Aye.
You're doing the long hours, you know what I mean? And were you working at the weekend as well, or?
I was working at the weekend as well. Like, most of the time at the start was me going about the gym floor offering people free sessions. You know what I mean? Just to build a clientele, let them see the value in it, that kind of stuff. But then when I got to the sessions, I was like, it's working, I'm buzzing. Just keep pushing forward. So I kept pushing forward with it. And then I was working weekends, nights, early mornings, Sundays, anything that was gone. I just wanted to do it and make it work.
So it was almost that 6-7 days a week, those 10, 12-hour days. And obviously with that, so you're probably, what, in terms of hours per week, what do you think you were working?
When I just started, I was only maybe doing 20 hours a week doing the PT sessions, but I was there all the time trying to build my business. And then obviously it took off, but I moved for there and went to the bunker, the small bunker. Went there. I got asked to go with Stevie and Paul, so I went there with them, and then it continued to grow for there. My sessions, my business got stronger as I moved to a smaller gym. It was weird, but
I think just because obviously from that commercial kind of side of it to that private, it can be more intimate, it can be more personal. You can give a wee bit more of your time and your service, etc. So obviously, but when I spoke to you before you came on the academy, give us an idea of what your days and weeks was at that point, because I know for a fact that it was like 60, 70 hours for you.
Before, just there?
Yeah, recent.
Last 3 months, 7 days a week.
Yeah, because you had applying for a new house, you needed money. It was like, you know what, I need to work 7 days a week.
That was it. I just needed maximum money behind me, because obviously the house that I wanted, it needs stuff done to it. So I didn't want to go into it short. We needed the deposit money. We were a wee bit short with that. So I just needed to put the graft in.
So you were working about 60, 70 hours. When I worked it out, I think it was like 6-7 days, 7 hours a week.
It was mental. Absolutely crazy.
And I was wondering how you were still alive, and you were
I'm shocked too.
Yeah, and obviously what took a hit at that point, because obviously working that much, something's got to give.
I took a hit. It was me that took a hit. My relationship took a hit. Everything took a hit. My training, nutrition, relationship, how tired I was, getting crab it. The last sessions in the day, weren't getting my full value. Okay, I mean, it's just I was like a zombie at the end up.
I always say that. How can you give a grade A service to your 6 or 7 o'clock clients in the morning and still give that 8 at 9 o'clock at night?
Exactly. That's
no,
it.
No, I mean, it's like how much passion, how much energy, how much enthusiasm have you
want to do it, but you've just not got it. That's the way I felt. I was there, but I was just absolutely
there in body, but the mind was elsewhere. And in terms of the clients you were working with, and I'm assuming we get to the point where, because you are in it, because it is the business, there's probably a lot of clients in there that were just there for the sake of being there, that probably weren't really invested in actually wanting to change.
There will be clients that just come just for something to do. You know what I mean? But then you get the clients that really, really want to push themselves, get the results.
They're the ones that obviously get you excited.
That's the ones that you get a buzz for. You know they're wanting results. You want to work with them. You want to push them, and you want to get them the results.
And we always try to say to a lot of the PTs is, could we imagine if your life was 30 or 40 hours a week of the clients that you loved versus 30 or 40 hours of clients that maybe they're there, but they're not really that invested in the process. It is draining. You know what I mean? Because you're expecting how they're supposed to get results, but they're not following the diet. They're supposed to get results, but they're not training. They're not doing the steps. They're not tracking.
That's that, exactly.
And it becomes exhausting.
Exactly. For you as well.
Yeah, for both parties in hand. And so for you at that point, give us an idea. What were you charging?
When I joined you, I was charging between 20 and 25.
So 20 and 25, and that was like 60, 70 hours a week. So what was the turning point for you? Because obviously, knowing you now, I think you would have just done that for months. I don't think you would have. I think you were just set in that way that I'm just going to do this.
I would have. See, when I put it up to 25, I was a wee bit sceptical about doing that as well, because I was just thinking, am I going to do this? Am I going to lose clients? I think it was maybe a wee bit of confidence in myself and my business. But when I spoke to you and I started realising, like, I'm getting my clients' results, like, they will see the value in this. You know what I mean? So that the price increase is justifiable. I can justify that easily. And they've all been okay with it.
And I know for a fact there's PTs, Kriss, that are out there that probably aren't as qualified as yourself. Because how long have you been doing this now?
Like full PT? I've been a PT for 3 years.
Right, so for 3 years, and there's probably PTs that are coming in with probably less experience and potentially not getting as good of results or giving as good a service, but are charging more than what you're charging.
Exactly.
And yet at the same time, you were still kind of a bit sceptical about going from £20 an hour to £25 an hour. But you knew, do you know what, I'll do it. I'll work the hours and that's it. So what was it that made you want to change?
I wanted to change because I was worrying about myself and my relationship and everything else that goes with it. Okay, I mean, I was starting to get into a position where I was before I ended up in hospital with how drained I was. I was mentally and just drained, done in. I was in the hospital full of fluids, just exhausted to bits, and I could see myself starting to go down that road again. And then I just didn't want to do it. I needed to change that. And then my relationship started getting the brunt of it as well. So it just wasn't fair on me, it wasn't fair on my partner, it wasn't fair on anybody, it wasn't fair on my clients. You know what I mean? If that happened to me again, I would have been letting all them down as well. I mean, it was just a bad situation to be in, so I needed to make a change.
So obviously you saw that coming and was like,
look, I seen it coming, and I had to make a change.
And obviously for you, but with all this going on, so the gyms had shut. Obviously, that must have been a wake up call, because you and Stevie, you own the bunker. That must have been a dramatic turning point.
It was crazy. Like, we had the small bunker, but then we took on the new bigger one. Literally 2 weeks later, the lockdown happened, and then you're just thinking, what is going to happen here? What have we done? That's just what was going through my mind. Like,
so there was a lot of fear.
There was fear, and that was just more stress to add to it. And then I'm thinking, how are we going to get this place ready? How am I going to do my sessions? How am I going to make money? How's this going to work? What's going to happen with all this added stress? It was just scary.
Yeah, 100%. So at that point, did you try go online? Because I know before, were you just doing one-to-one?
Just one-to-one. I just continued with one-to-one. I didn't really know anything about it online. I seen people doing it, but obviously I didn't ever speak to anybody about it. So I didn't really have any knowledge on it.
So obviously continue and try to do the one-to-one outdoors, weather permitted, of course. And at that point, you'd obviously reached out to me before to say, look, something's got to give. I want to change. You know what I mean? And at that point, I'd spoke to you from where you were doing. You were certainly burnt out. You were working. You had a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? There was definitely a lot going on. I think at that point, there wasn't a light to the end of the tunnel in terms of when are the gyms actually going to open back up? Is it just going to be like this for another? I mean, I genuinely thought 3 weeks down the line, we're back in the gyms. We're talking 12 months down the line, and we're still not in the gyms today.
That's what I thought as well.
You know what I mean?
I think everybody thought that.
Yeah.
Didn't expect this.
So at that point for me, and I'd spoke to you and we talked about potentially the one-to-one, what you were doing I feel like was cheap, the service you were offering, and not even having the option to go online. And it was something that we talked about. Have you considered it? How to do it, etc. And so at that point, when we kind of got you on board, because I know that I was excited I could tell from you were a worker. Yeah, you were a grafter. So if we can take someone that's already a grafter, instead of you working harder, is trying to work a bit smarter. Try to give you back more time. Try to take some of your business online. Try to allow more time for yourself so you're not burnt out. You're training, your missus, a bit more time off. And being able for me to see where you were kind of gave me visions of where I was 10 years ago. I said that, you know what I mean? Between my relationship being under pressure, being under stress, you know what I mean? Not having time for myself and focusing so much on work. That's all I knew. You know what I mean? Was you do the work and that's it. And it has to take priority. But like you said, I never pushed myself to the point of me being hospitalised. So obviously that stress is that was that was crazy. So obviously you seen all of that. You reached out. You came on board, and I was like, that right? What's number one priority? And it was, look, I'm trying to get a new house. Yeah. Now, I usually give everyone 3 months to make it happen. I think you gave yourself a month. I think, Kriss, we had that conversation. And you needed it to happen for April.
That was that.
I'm sure it was. And when did you come on board with the academy?
March it was.
March, So you didn't give yourself long. You just said, what do I need to do? And I'll go do it.
That was that.
Yeah. And first of all, I knew you were too cheap. Like I said that to you at the start, like everybody that's charging 25 or 20 quid an hour, I was like, look, it's too cheap for what you do. We need to raise your prices. I said 35 should be a good starting point. And I know from that fear that you were talking about before, you said to me, I've just raised my prices, but...
Aye, was that.
Remember that? You said that to me. You said, I've just raised my prices. I don't know where to go with it. And at the same time, I'd said, look, we need to gain back some time for you. Working 60 hours a week, it's not sustainable. You know what I mean? We need to get that balance back. And ultimately, taking some of that business online as well was going to give you that wee bit of time and give you that wee bit of freedom. And so we restructured your one-to-one. You got back more time. I'm assuming, give us an idea, obviously, now. Like, how many hours are you working? So let's go from 7 days a week, 60 hours.
7 days a week, 60 hours. I now work Monday to Thursday, finish early on a Thursday at 2, off a Friday. I do my check-ins for a couple of hours in the morning. Finish at 12 on a Saturday, off a Sunday. So, much better. It's amazing.
So you've got Monday to Wednesday, 3 full days.
Monday, Wednesday, 3 full days, aye.
Half day on a Thursday.
Half day Thursday. Off Friday, half day Thursday, off Sunday.
Half day Saturday, off Sunday. Yeah, so you've went from 7 days to 4. Yeah.
Aye.
How's that feel?
Amazing. Back training, getting my eating back on track, more time with my missus. It's just so much better. Yeah.
Could you imagine that would have changed in as quick a time period as it has?
No, I didn't. I did think I was just... I thought I would have had to have put in more and expected it to take longer, but put in the work, didn't I? It just worked.
Yeah, well, you gave yourself 30 days to secure the deposit, you know what I mean?
Aye.
I know that for a fact. Give us an idea then before. So obviously, from where you were doing 60 hours, 20 to 25 pound an hour. So in terms of roughly per month, what was that earnings then?
Bringing in... Then in the hours, I was bringing in about 4,000.
4,000, cool.
Around about that, aye.
And obviously, we'd set the targets. We wanted to increase the prices. We wanted to take down the hours. So you've went from 7 days to 4 days. And you've got more time for yourself. You've got your online business up and running now, which is going to give you the freedom of, if you want to do one-to-one, you can.
Aye.
If you want to have online, you can. But I've said that to you. We want to cap those hours, probably. We want to take those hours down, 30, 40 ideally.
Aye.
And then give you a bit more time, which you've restructured massively now. And in terms of that change, so we've decreased almost 3 days off. And have we sacrificed that monthly income you were on before?
No, I'm actually making 4,400 now with the PT. One less.
Yep. So we've not lost anything with the PT.
No.
And in terms of, let's add on the online and everything else now. So from 4,000 working 60 hours, we're on 4 days now. What's been your biggest win financially to date?
Biggest win, when I came on board from moving from the 20 to 25 and then 25 to 30, and then my new structure, bringing all my hours back, getting all that time back, and then the income. The income's a big win as well.
So I'm sure I remember you speaking to me. So I think you've, to date, I would say probably... Last time I'd spoke to you was about 9,000.
12 I brought in there.
Now let's look at that from a huge perspective. For you, you've got more time. Training's better.
Aye.
I'm assuming you're sleeping better.
Aye, much
you're not stressed.
Much better. Aye.
Skin's better.
Aye.
Yeah. And you've got a wee bit of financial security at the same time as well now.
Deposit and everything's there. It just feels good. Like, we get the keys and stuff next week, and it just feels much better knowing the money's there for that, and the money's there to do the garden, and the money's there for stairs. Okay, I mean, it's just, I reckon if I didn't do this, I honestly don't know what I would have done.
You would have kept doing what you were doing.
Aye.
60 hours.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
That's what it would have been.
And I think one of the concerns, you said this earlier on as well, was like, look, you don't mind working, right? But the fact that it's affecting you mentally, and the fact that your skin and everything else is taking a hit, like...
Aye. Just the cold air. I'm used to working in warm gyms. I'm used to working in warm factories. And then you're having to stand out like a snowman. I mean, it's just a disaster.
It's a disaster. And so, obviously, from where you were now, that's, I mean, 3 times the income and half as much time back for yourself.
Yeah. That's
right? So much has changed for you. You know what I mean? Now, for you now, this has only been, what, 2 months?
2 months, aye.
2 months, because that was March, we're into April now. So how do things look like for you? I mean, what did you plan for yourself for the future?
Continually growing my online business. I'm getting new clients every week for online. It's good, and like getting insane results with them. You know what I mean? They're all smashing it to bits.
Yeah.
They're all doing really good, and I'm liking that. And I want to kind of branch out a wee bit. It's not just for people for like here in Glasgow and stuff. I want to try and get like a couple of people abroad, down in England, just things like that, and then just continually keep my PT going. That's what I want to be.
So in terms of PT, do you want to still be doing like 30, 40 hours, or do you want that less?
I still want to do PT. I love it. I love the interaction. I love speaking to different people every day. I've done that, and I've as I say, I've watched my mum do that, and that's just the way I want to be. I want to do the online, and I want to do the PT, because I really love working with people.
Did you feel like, now that we've took your business online, did you feel like you could have got the impact and had the results you've had with your clients online now compared to what you probably thought online was like before?
I honestly didn't have a clue what online was. Like, see now with the structure and stuff that you've showed me, it's insane. Okay, I mean, it's much better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it's class.
And like you said, the results.
They're all absolutely smashing it, and they're loving it. Like, they can't believe it. It's like through online. People think online how you meant to get results.
Yeah.
That's what they think. How you going to manage to do this with me? Either your phone or either a laptop. Okay, I mean, and see, a couple of years ago, I thought like that. I was sceptical. But it's not until you get to learn it and you understand what it actually is. Okay, I mean, I'm a PT, so I'm bringing my personal training skills from a one-to-one basis to an online basis. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and so from that now, so you're still going to continue doing one-to-one because that is something you love.
Aye.
Yeah, we've got the flexibility, the freedom, and the time now where you can take time off. You can ultimately have clients online, which is great in one sense, that if you were to take time off, go on holiday, you can still do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You've got the new house. I remember you text me through to say, Tony, the house is through. Can't believe it. Massive win. I said we wanted to get your training back on track. Training is now back, and we're aiming to kind of, you said a photo shoot. Did you say you wanted to, or there was something you wanted to do something down the line for your...
I just wanted to get back in really good shape. That's what
Yeah, and I think because you'd been in good shape before.
I used to train 6 days a week. In amazing shape, and then I just forgot about myself. That's what it was. I just let myself go.
Clients came first.
That's that. I was just far too engrossed in my business and my clients and the stress and all that came with it. I didn't want to let them down, and easy saying sake, I let myself down.
You let yourself down, 100%. And so we wanted to get that back for you, and I said that we wanted to get that fire back in your belly, training back on track, eating back on track, which we're well on our way now. You've got more time to train, which is phenomenal. And so in terms of obviously online and everything else now, we've got that going. You want to grow that going forward. How's things in terms of from where you are now to where you want to be in terms of growing the online, in terms of you've got the gym too. Yep. You've got the PT. What else do you see in the next 5-10 years?
My plan would be to open another gym. I want to have 2 gyms. Me and Stevie we would like to open another gym. Recruit a lot more good trainers. Got a good bunch of trainers in the bunker just now, so we would like to do that again. Build my PT, maybe start PT in the next gym as well, but kind of cut my hours down in that one and then go there as well. Just I want to branch out a wee bit. That's what I want to do. I want to build my online business, so I'm working with people around the world. That's a big goal for me.
I'm working with people that you love. You know what I mean, you're good at what you do now, and I try to stress that to a lot of PTs in the academy. Is you guys don't know, like, ultimately your job is to change your client's life.
That's it. And see when they text you, like, they check in with me and they're getting the weight drops or the weight gains and they're seeing physical changes. It's amazing. You can't beat that feeling. Okay, I mean, that's what you want. That's what a personal trainer wants. But that's what I want anyway. I want my clients to feel amazing, look amazing.
And in the end of the day, the impact you can have on them is forever.
And see, I'm dealing with a lot of people just now. A lot of them struggling with mental health and stuff like that because of all this. And see, like, the changes in them, it's insane. Some of them, like, they've never done 5,000 steps or away doing half marathon runs and stuff like that. I mean, it's amazing.
Makes you feel good about what you do. And so we want to say to most people that I always say to everyone, it's the same as what we spoke about as well. It's not always about the money. You know what I mean? We just had to have that set where everyone's got bills, everyone's got expenses, so we need some sort of financial stability where it's not 1 month I had good money, next month I was down, next month I had good money, next month because that's not really a business. It's more of like a hobby.
That's exactly what it was too.
And so we needed that financial stability, but then ultimately what I try to say to a lot of PTs is you became a PT for one reason, because you genuinely want
to change people.
You genuinely want to change people. And if we can give you more time, you've got more opportunity to help more people. You know what I mean? Work with more people that you love working with, getting better results, and them coming back to you and saying, Kriss, this was literally the best decision I ever made in my life.
I had one of my clients saying, what happens after 12 weeks? Can I continue working with you? What happens? I mean, she's buzzing with it. So obviously they can, It's really, really good to know that people want to continually work with me. I mean, I've got clients that's been with me 3 years now for the very start, and they're still with me. They love working with me, and I love working with them. I mean, you build up a relationship with them.
Yeah, but you're giving them loads of your time.
That's that,
You know what I mean? Loads of your time, loads of your effort. We know that we always say that your service is ultimately that's the main thing that you are delivering here.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Your service to get your clients a result that they don't believe possible. They've never been there before.
Exactly.
They genuinely don't believe that they could do it, but they only need one person to believe in them, and that's you, to take them from where they are now to where they want to be.
Aye, exactly. I agree.
So it's been crazy, Kriss. Honestly, I knew at the start, I said one of the biggest challenges for you was not going to be financial, because you were already making good money before for a personal trainer. To then triple that I knew that was possible. I think that you'd said to me, "Yep, I'm going to do it." I felt like you knew you were going to do it. I just didn't think that you knew how quick you were going to do it.
That's exactly what it was. I knew I was going to do it. I knew it was just when I started PT. I knew I was going to manage it, because when I want to do something, I will put every single thing into it, and I will make sure I do it. But with this, I just didn't understand how quick it was going to happen. It happened.
Yeah, so I knew you were going to be successful financially. That wasn't the issue. I guess you didn't realise how quick it was going to be. You done the work. Everything I said to you, you done, and over. My main thing was just getting you back that time.
That was my main thing, was going online. I wanted to go online with clients. And my next main thing was getting my time back. I mean, I couldn't have just kept doing that. It would have actually ended me.
Yeah,
it was bad. I mean, and now having that time back and being able to do stuff when I want to, at the weekends and on a Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so much better.
Yeah.
And then my clients are getting a much better amount of my time now.
Service.
They're getting better service.
More energy.
Better results. It's just totally different.
Totally changed. You know what I mean? A total change in life for yourself, as well as you doing that for your clients. And so obviously the dramatic that you've got more time back for yourself. Your training's brilliant. You're financially stable. You've got a new house. You've got plans for the gym. You've got plans for your business and empire and everything going forward now. So we're in a really good place.
Aye.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I always say this to everyone: it's only been 2 months.
That's it. Exactly. I can't believe it sometimes. Sometimes I still can't believe it. Like I told Carly when I joined up with you, I says, I'm going to do this, and she said, Are you sure it's going to work? And I says, I'm going to make it work. Okay, I mean, and that's what it is.
And I think that's the one attitude I got from you in that first call was, whatever I decide to do, I go all in.
Aye. We're speaking with you in the first call. I knew you knew what you were talking about, and then I'm pals, and obviously a couple of the people in your academy. One of them's a trainer in the gym as well, and I speak to a couple of people, and then they tell you about it as well. Okay, I mean, I had some trust in you, and I didn't even know you, I didn't meet you. Okay, I mean, and it was much better for the very start. It was great.
And so from there now, if you were to give some sort of advice or tips or help to, imagine talking to your younger self, maybe, or talking to yourself 6 months ago, or talking to a trainer who is in the same position that you were in, what would you say to them?
Reach out and invest in yourself. Get the guidance, get the support that you need. Ideally with you, because you've changed my life totally.
Yeah,
100%.
And you know what, to go back to working 60 hours?
I could have, but no chance.
No,
I stay at the hospital.
You're not going to be doing that. You're not going to be doing that in a hurry. But yeah, 100%. I always feel like I've always done it myself. I've always believed in reaching out for help, especially people that are in a position they either know more than what I know, and I would love to learn from them, or they're in a position in their life that I'm like, look, I would love to be there too. And I guess with a lot of the trainers, I used to say to them, look, from a trainer who's in shape, if you've got yourself in shape, you must know how to do it. So you can do that with your clients. If you've never been in shape yourself,
exactly.
How do you expect to do that with your clients? And I say that again with business. So like if someone's never ever been there, how can you teach others how to get there too?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Do it yourself, aye.
And so I said to myself, from me doing 70 hours, coming in PT 14 years ago to now, like the transformation, I could see that happening to any trainer or any coach that wants to.
Aye.
But it just depends on how quick you want to make it happen.
Aye, that's that.
Yeah. Well, Kriss, it's been phenomenal. Like I said, from 60 to 70 hours a week to charging 20 to 25 pound an hour. Now to be sitting here with you, almost 3 times the income and probably half the time back for yourself now, with big plans for your future, for the business, for your life. Like it's a really, really exciting place to be. You know what I mean? And it's been an absolute pleasure to watch how much you've grown and watch the success that you've went through and how quick it's happened. Because like I said, it will only happen as quick as you want it to.
That's it.
And I think you really did go all in.
I needed it to work. At the end of the day, that's what it was. I needed it to work. I wanted to put in the work, and it happened.
Yep. And so for anybody out there, Kriss, where can people find you or follow you? Or
Facebook, Kriss Steven Personal Training, Instagram, KSP Training, and then the Bunker Gym, Kilmarnock.
Yeah. So guys, like I said, if you are a personal trainer in that area, Kriss has a fantastic facility. I've been there, trained there. It's awesome. Would be a definite opportunity for a lot of PTs to go check it out. You can contact Kriss. And again, guys, thanks for listening. And make sure to look out for the next episode of the High Performance PT Academy.